The Second World War has been concluded, and Germany has had a total victory. They have not only defeated the Allies, but also the Comintern combined. The year is now 1962, Germany has still got most of its European holdings since the Second World War, and we are the strongest nation in Europe, if not the entire world. But glory doesn't last forever, and our Reich is going to crumble soon. That's why in this video we're going to be playing TNO with a submod, which gives Goering basically an entire path to world conquest a go. So let's see how well we can command Germany with the help of Goering. Now just a quick disclaimer before the video begins. Anything done or said in this video has nothing to do with anything in real life. This is only a game, and I mean no harm. Anyways, back to the video. It appears that Goering has got quite a number of oppositions, such as Speer, Heinrich, and the strongest of them all, Martin Bormann. So it looks like that we're going to have to do some work to make sure that Goering is clear with power and strength during the German Civil War. An assassination attempt has struck our Führer. So before he dies, we're going to have to address the nation of our upcoming successor. And as previously stated multiple times in this video, we're obviously going to choose Hermann Goering as our successor. But how is the nation going to react to this major decision? Well, it appears that our nation's stability isn't going to be going up anytime soon. Not to mention that Hitler's health is on a rapid decline from this point forward. Well, at least we've got a custom focus tree which will drive the nation's attention away from the situation with Hitler's health. But not everything goes according to plan. So that's why I've got a plethora of focuses to go through, which will not only increase Goering's support and influence and fame around the nation, but also some focuses will give us some supplies, which will be incredibly helpful during the German Civil War. But unfortunately, Hitler has succumbed to his inevitable death, and the nation is in absolute chaos. But now, the moment that every German has been dreading for has finally arrived. Speer, Heinrich, us, along with Bormann, have all gathered their own supporters and formed their own Germany. And the German Civil War has begun. Now that the German Civil War has begun, let's take a quick analysis on what's going on. Our army, navy, and air force are all pretty sizable. We've got an average amount of factories, and we've got the fights on 3 fronts. To the east, Königsberg, and to the west, we've got to fight Speer and Hamburg, and to the south is basically, it's just gonna be a nightmare, because that's where Martin Bormann is, and he's got probably the strongest army out of all of us. So let's see if we can prevail. With the help of Goering and our army, not to mention our people, we have prevailed over Martin Bormann, Speer and Heydrich. But at what cost? Well, a new chapter for Goering, or for all of Germany, awaits. First things first, we've quite a new focus tree, but I've heard that the submod makes Goering pretty overpowered, so I'm going to enable hard mode. Hopefully, this won't lead to Germany's downfall. Well, our first territorial expansion comes pretty early. We can annex Bohem, or formerly the Czech Republic. Even greater news. Former Wehrmacht generals decided to join our glorious Germany. Now we can finally explore the depths of our custom focus tree. We'll start with the basic principles of Goering's economic laws. Now we can look over to our education system. Now it appears that Goering has got quite a questionable way to handle the nation's education. Now we're also going to implement some ways to deal with Goering's traitors, but at least it will get rid of some major debuffs. With that all concluded, we can finally take a better look into our nation's economy. We only took a basic clear on what our economy has to offer. We're only ranked 3rd in the world, and everyone knows that the industry is the backbone of the nation. I think that everyone knows that we were a bit harsh on our education system and everyone who didn't support Goering, so we're gonna be a bit more left or communist when it comes to our workers. We don't want our nation to revolt against us. And what to do with our finances? Well, we're going to start some reforms, but we're going to make sure that these reforms don't drive our economy into a ditch. Our industry is going pretty well, hence we can now commence with War Plan 0. What do you do for War Plan 0, you may be asking? Well, I've got to conquer Austria, Slovakia, Poland, Denmark, and we'll first start with the Netherlands. That was pretty easy. They reluctantly joined us. We've annexed not only the nation, but also we've gathered the generals and the entirety of their army. Pretty nice. But you know what? I think our army is pretty large and powerful, so I'm just gonna repair war with all of them. So let's see what Goering's army can do. And just like that, Austria, Slovakia, Denmark, and Poland have all been conquered. A major victory for Goering. Now we can finally commence War Plan A. The nations that we're going to be declaring war on in War Plan A are much more powerful than nations in War Plan 0, such as Ukraine, and that's who we're going to be targeting first. And it looks like that Norway wants to join us yet again. Actually, last time we did it, we invaded them, but it doesn't matter because they're back in affection. Okay, moving back to Ukraine, I think we can blitz over them in a matter of seconds. So, we're gonna just dive straight in to a war with the Republic of Ukraine.
Dann steigt aus der Asche des letzten Krieges die sozialistische Weltrepublik. Arbeiter, horch, sie ziehen ins Feld und schreien für Nation und Rasse. Das ist der Krieg der Herrscher der Welt gegen die Arbeiterklasse. Denn der Angriff gegen die Sowjetunion ist der Stoß ins Herz der Revolution. Und der Krieg, der jetzt vor der Türe steht, ist der Krieg gegen dich, Prolet! Arbeiterbauer, nehmt die Gewehre zur Hand. Zerschlagt die faschistisch Räuberheere, setzt alle Herzen in Brand. Pflanzt eure roten Fahnen des Sieges auf jede Schanze, auf jede Fabrik. Dann blüht aus der Asche des letzten Krieges die sozialistische Weltrepublik. Dann blüht aus der Asche des letzten Krieges die sozialistische Weltrepublik.
Now we can declare war on Moscovian. They are much larger and have got a stronger army than Ukraine, but I think we can blitz over them, just like we did to Reichskommissariat, Ukraine. Luckily for us, conquering Moscovian was just as easy as conquering Ukraine. Continuing our eastern rampage, we're looking over to Reichskommissariat, Caucasian. Judging by their size, they're gonna be pretty weak. Not to mention, our army is... well, I don't know what's big or small in armies in TNO, but I'd say it's pretty sizable. And Caucasia, along with Moscovian and Ukraine, have all been conquered. And that concludes our Eastern European rampage. Now we can look over to the Balkans. I've declared war on Hungary, and let's try to get them back into our faction. Okay, we conquered Hungary with no fuss, but we're not gonna move out of the Balkans just yet. We're gonna continue looking over to Romania. Now, let's see what the land of Vlad the Impaler can withstand. And just like that, Moldova and the Kingdom of Romania have been conquered. Now it's time to secure Bulgaria and Serbia. Now that those countries are out of the way, we can continue our Balkan conquest, looking south to Greece. And just like that, Greece, the rivals of Turkey, have been defeated. Now it's time for Switzerland. And here's a footballer from Switzerland. The only player that comes to mind is Sommer. Okay, that concludes the war between us and Switzerland. They were a pretty mountainous nation, but we managed to defeat them anyway. Now we can move over to the British Isles. And thou shalt cease to exist when thy conquer thee. Pretty good old English, right? Yeah, I don't care. Anyways, what I do care about is conquering the United Kingdom. Unfortunately for us, Italy, along with the Allies, have declared war on us. Is this the downfall of our nation? Possibly. Well, surprisingly, we are still thriving to this very day. We have defeated not only the United Kingdom, but also Italy. Pretty nice. Now, we're going to be attacking the one and only Sweden. And the conquest of Sweden has been a grand success, so we're going to continue onwards to the Republic of Finland.
Folge ihm, wenn nötig
with the capitulation of Finland, that means we are done with War Plan A. And we're just gonna quickly snatch Ireland. But with that out of the way, we can continue down our war plans. Moving on to War Plan B. Let's see what War Plan B has in store for us. Well, there's a plethora of decisions that we can make, but I'm gonna decide to invade Turkey. Okay, Turkey is actually pretty strong. They've got a sizable army, but can it withstand the force of the German army? Okay, I gotta admit, our army fought pretty poorly against Turkey, but in the end, we still get their territory. Now we're gonna invade Iberia. We share no land border with them, so we're gonna have to do some naval invasions. Hopefully, everything goes according to plan. And just like that, the entirety of Iberia has been vanquished. Now, to conclude the Iberian invasion, we've got to conquer Morocco and Mauritania, even though they're not a part of Iberia. And that wraps up the conquest of Iberia, or Iberia and Mauritania and Morocco. Now we're going to invade some minor nations. Now the game says that Algeria, some Arab nations, Lebanon, even France is a minor nation. So let's see if they actually are minor. And just like that, all of the Ottoman nations have been annexed. So, that concludes the first part of Goering's world conquest. The second video is coming out soon, so please check it out.